All right, man. Enough of this NBA talk. Time for the WNBA.
Can we go back to the NBA talk? We are not.
uh,
I want to do a precursor. We are not sexist. We we are all for women empowerment, but it's. I mean, Caitlyn Clark.
uh,
Everyone says she's a game changer. Her scoring ability, her vision. She's bringing a lot of excitement. I don't personally see it.
yeah.
I don't see what all the hype is all about. She's every time I see her, I try to watch these games. She's on the floor. Somebody's literally giving her the Randy Savage elbow every 5 minutes. I don't get it. And there's been a lot of criticism. They tried to bring race into it. I don't think it's race at all. I think it's a situation where these women know they are better than her and they have been better than her. She didn't win a championship in the NCAA. That was Angel Reese.
Yep.
What has she really done besides some people think she's attractive and the obvious that she's white? I don't have a problem with the hard fouls because sports are competitive, and that's how you treat a rookie. That's what sports are. You're gonna take my shine. Oh, you're the reason we're big. I don't have a problem with the hard fouls. She needs to get up, dust herself off, and no pun intended, man up. So I think this whole controversy, I think it's malarkey at the end of the day because simply she's not that person yet. She may be in 5 to 10 years. I don't know, but she's not that person, and they're trying to make her this savior that I don't think she is. There's still going to be $50 million in the hole at the end of the year. What is she truly doing? And when people say ludicrous stuff like, "Oh, she could play with the men. She should have entered the NBA draft." No, she can't. There's levels to this. She can beat Kyle and me.
Yep.
Absolutely. She could probably beat anybody in an open gym, but she's not. She's not 6'9", 270 pounds. What would she do if LeBron James
He dumped on her.
put his sack right in her face?
I knew he was gonna say that.
Right in her.
And then she'd be able to file a charge against him.
Right. I was sexually assaulted by LeBron. Hit me in the head when he dunked on me.
You know what, Bars? I'm gonna go another route because I do think race play a factor. But I'm gonna tell you how people are hypocrites, especially this older generation. It's funny to me how the narrative changes depending on like who you like. So like when it's LeBron, Steph Curry, Trey Young, all these good players in this generation. Oh, the NBA, and this is Stephen A. Smith and all of them. All the NBA soft. Back in the days, LeBron wouldn't be able to drive to the hole and do that. Oh, they would knock Steph Curry around. They would do this. They would do this. And then when it comes to somebody you like, all of a sudden we in shock and all like I'm like it's the older people that bragged about how the last generation was and how it was rough. You couldn't just come to the hole and shoot shots. Oh, when you come off of those picks, we gonna knock you down. Not everybody's in shock and disbelief and why y'all treating her like that. But y'all the same people that were bragging about how the NBA was back then. So I'm beginning to realize it's not about how the NBA was back then. Y'all don't like all this violence and stuff. It's just because y'all don't like them. So y'all try to lessen their legacy by saying, well, they couldn't play then because it was rough. But now because it's somebody you like, you don't like to see them get roughed around. What y'all wanted them to do? Just let her come off a pick, shoot threes, be open, drive to the hole, lay the ball up, celebrate. They're professional people. They're getting paid to stop her. They're not, yeah, like she's bringing names to the league. So what they're saying is, okay, well, while all this attention is on her and while she's playing in this game against me, I'm gonna make a name for myself too, since all these people are watching the game already. They just want her to sit back and let her dominate the league. It's not gonna happen. It didn't Tiger Woods went through the same thing with people saying stuff. LeBron went through it as a rookie. That's just gonna happen. People in everyday life feel offended. You've been working a job for 10 years and all of a sudden they hired the hot new person or whatever and say they're gonna take this place to another level. You sitting there like, well, what the hell I've been doing for all these years since I've been working here. I don't know why people act like we don't do this in everyday life, but for some reason, when it's somebody you like, they come up with everything, for why it's happening. Like Mars said, she's a rookie. They're gonna make her earn her way 2 or 3 years from now. Won't even be talking about this. She'll probably be dominating the league. Her and Reese will probably pick the torch up. Hopefully, they're like Bird. It's like they're trying to make Bird and Magic.
Right.
They had their college thing or whatever. And people are falling for it. It's just basketball. Let these women play. It's like they want the women to play from a different standard than the men. Let it be rough. It'll draw people in. Like I want to. You say you want equal rights, right? Let them play.
And we hear that all the time in terms of equitable treatment, more visibility and support for major brands that she's bringing in, endorsements like you mentioned. That's all fine and dandy. But there was a player that the Los Angeles Lakers draft. That father said he was better than Jordan,
Yep.
Steph Curry, LeBron James. There was a player called Lonzo Ball. And because of his father's mouth, when he got to the league, he had a target on his back. That's how it works in sports. If you claim you're the number one, you're the GOAT, you're the BOAT, best of all time, greatest of all time, there's going to be someone there that says, prove it to me.
Yep.
And that's what's going on. She is not the biggest and strongest and fastest when she comes to the WNBA. Those women are huge, strong, fast. In Brittany Griner's case, I'm not even quite sure. Let me stop. Let me pause. But at the end of the day, she's going to face these efforts. And that's just sports. That's just basketball. And it happens to males like it happened to Lonzo, and it's going to happen to her. Yes, she's bringing visibility, but at the end of the day, if she doesn't deliver and doesn't perform, that's going to dry up quickly. And so, could they perhaps be Harmon and Golden Goose? Maybe. But at the end of the day, if you're number one and I beat you, what does that make me? So she put a target on her back. I've seen footage where she's just as rotten, where she's pushing people over. It's not like she's a little angel either. She, when she gets on the court, she's nasty. And that's what we like. We like that in sports. I want that dog. That's why everybody loved Kobe as a person. Nobody liked Kobe. Let's be honest. When he was alive, those first 12, 13 years of his career, he was probably one of the most despised players in the world because of his attitude. But he delivered. And when you deliver, that puts you on the upper echelon of talent where you get in that GOAT conversation. So it's early, but, I'm happy these women are getting the attention. They finally got the ride on the private plane. Ooh, that's good for them. But they, at the end of the day, when people complain about, oh, they're not getting the salary, that they're not getting, you're not bringing in the money. Yep. You're $50 million in the hole. You're luckily getting any check. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, and I like women's basketball better than men's college basketball, but I don't like WNBA better than NBA at this point. I keep seeing these fast breaks and these layups. It's not interesting to me. I want to see somebody do a thunder dunk. They're going like it's like James Naismith's.
And it's like the narratives keep setting up college, Iowa, LSU, pretty much white state, pretty much, what I'm saying, Baton Rouge,
yeah.
Black City, like, and then Chicago, Indiana. Like it gives you that Magic Johnson,
It's
Larry
Michigan
Bird
and
vibe.
Indiana all over again.
Yeah. And Magic beat Bird in college, but Bird came in with all the notoriety and Bird earned it. And that's what Clayton is gonna have to do. I mean, she's a rookie. Like, she'll be fine. She'll get through it.
Yeah, the difference is Bird was a bad boy. And no one I've ever heard that actually played with him or actually saw, like, we saw Bird play, but we were so young. By the time 91 came around, when we were like 7 years old, he was already washed.
Yeah.
So we don't really remember Bird. I barely remember Magic. But everyone that's played with him said he was a bad boy. He would do stuff like, hey, I'm just going to play this game left-handed to give y'all an opportunity. That's a nasty dude. She's not that guy or girl. So, she's going to have to earn it. She's going to have to take her bumps and bruises. And I think that's fair. You know, everybody's saying, "Oh, crying," and stop crying. She'll
Shit,
be all right.
remember Jordan went through it. They was killing Jordan driving to the hole his rookie
And
year.
the Pistons would just pull out a
Yeah,
switchblade.
on the stage rules.
Embiid would just pistol whip him in the middle of the game.
Nah, enough of that. Enough of women's rights.